Hi there, I'm Sabina and welcome to my YouTube channel. I got a BFA in musical theater from the University of Michigan and I learned a lot throughout it. I did struggle my second year with the fact that our performance class, we got assignments on a Tuesday and we had to perform on a Thursday. If we were lucky, we got assignments on a Thursday and we could perform the following Tuesday, but usually there was pretty much a 48-hour turnaround to learn material. And I quickly realized once I graduated that the reason we did that is because in real life, that can be your turnaround. Sometimes you'll even have 24 hours if it's a callback. I've had situations where I was asked to learn two songs and 2 scenes in 2 days. One time it was 24 hours. So these things are going to happen, especially if you're in the industry and if you're lucky enough to be in a new show where they're constantly making changes and adding new music. So here is basically my process to learn a song quickly. Hopefully it helps. So first things first, if you can read music, which hopefully you can because it is a really, really valuable tool. I know this sounds ridiculous because they do give you a plunk track nowadays for a lot of theaters, especially if it's a Broadway contract. For auditions, they'll send you a plunk track with your melody plunked out on it. But there's something about the way the mind connects. If you have access to a piano or a piano app and then a separate recorder, this is my process. So what I do is I connect the dots while reading the music and plunking it out on the piano, and I will record it as I go, so then I have my own recording of it. I go bar by bar slowly and I record myself. I start the recording, sing the bar I just learned, pause the recording, go back, learn the next bar, start the recording, sing the next bar. Now, sometimes there's silence in between, so make sure to count those pauses, count those measures, whatever it is, and include that in the recording so that you don't have your rhythms off. Take some trial and error when you do it for the first few times, but it makes such a big difference because then I have a recording that is my own version, that is true to the music exactly as it is written. Because if you are lucky enough to have a recording already out there of the show you're auditioning for, that's great. That's great to listen to and get inspiration. But sometimes the artist that has recorded this had creative license and was able to shift what is written on the page, like an option up or maybe even an option down or a riff that's not actually written into the music. And you want to make sure that you learn it exactly as it is on the page. And then you can embellish in your own way, but you don't want to imitate what somebody else did because you're creating your own version of the character, ideally. So now that I have a recording with my own voice that is exactly what's on the page, I listen to it pretty much on a loop while I run errands, if I'm at the gym, if I take my dog for a walk sometimes, if I'm in the shower, I'll play it while I'm in the shower, if I'm cooking. Listening to my own voice makes me feel kind of the muscles activating, and hopefully you did the recording in a very healthy way. So I basically get muscle memory for this one. Number 2, write out the lyrics by hand. This is one that I don't personally use very often, but I do know that it helps a lot of people. There has been scientific evidence showing that when you write things down, it helps for retention. It can also be very useful for noticing the punctuation and the meaning behind the words. So you're basically performing an analysis while you're learning the words. You're getting the arc of the story. If the show already exists, go ahead and listen to the recording, but please have the sheet music in front of you so that you note any changes. Go ahead and circle those. If you have a pencil, ideally use a pencil because you're going to want to erase things eventually. You don't want to show that to an accompanist and have markings all over the place in Sharpie. Don't do that to yourself. Make sure to sing what is on the page. If you want to do an option up at the end or something like that, it's totally fine. Be bold, but show them you know how to do the work as well. Warm up and try singing through it the very first day. Emphasis on warm up. Don't do this in a way that's unhealthy. You don't want to already get bad habits when you're learning the song. So make sure your voice is ready, prepped. You can even sing it on a specific vowel if that's easy for you. Go for a me, 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 or something like that. Whatever works for you to keep you open and supported as much as possible. You don't need to add power to it yet. You're just getting the muscle memory inside your body and feeling how it feels for your voice. Just keep it nice and free and relaxed and start getting that mind-body connection going with the song. By the second day, make sure you add the lyrics. Now you're going to warm up again. Make sure you're staying healthy while doing this. Don't want any bad habits in these songs as we're learning them, because then that's hard to undo. It's easier to prevent. You may need to do this in chunks. That's okay. I usually go through it slowly until I feel like I have a whole section, then eventually the full song. So I'll sing the first 8 bars and then go back and make sure I got all the words right. Okay, great. Let's add on the next 8 or 4, whatever you need to do at your own pace. But this should be on the second day if you have more than 24 hours. And eventually you can run through it a few times. Usually I like to run through it about 3 times on the second day and then cool down, because you don't want to overdo it for when you have to actually show up to the audition or tape. You want to be ready and healthy and feeling good. Let me know in the comments if this was helpful or if you'd like to see an analysis of a specific song. Thanks for watching. If this was helpful to you, please don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below if you have any other ideas of things that you would like to see on my channel or any questions that you have on this topic. Thank you so much. Bye.